Hi guys, welcome back. You know the drill, it's Wednesday. Grab whatever you want to work on, grab your drink and sit with me and Ellie. How's your guys' week been so far? I had text messages and emails off both schools today about where they've got to go on tomorrow for Riley, but Thursday for Ellie and Tyler. I've told Kelly they're not going. I am liable to be fined for it, but it's sort of a watch this space kind of thing. The mere mention of going to school sets Tyler's anxiety off, so yeah. You have the right to decide over your child over everything else, except whether they go to school or not. If they don't go and they're supposed to, you get fined and caught and yep. But our government keeps saying, but the children aren't they're not getting it that bad. Yeah, but it's not the children getting it that bothers me, it's them bringing it home. You know, we've fought for the past 6 months to keep it out of our house. You know, we washed the shopping down. Tyler comes in from his paper round, his mask goes straight in the washing machine, that's washed, his hands are washed, his face is washed, he gets in the shower. Oh god, yeah, Tyler takes all the precautions necessary. And the same when me and Ellie have been shopping. Rob unpacks, I wipe it all down, and Ellie puts away. Quite a routine in our house, and I don't want for me to send them back to school to undo everything I've done for the past 6 months. You know, because cases are still going up. And Scotland has just taken off because they reopened the schools. I must have had 2 on my pen. Parents should just be given the right to decide whether they want them in or not. But anyway, Riley's due back in tomorrow and he won't be going, and then Ellie and Tyler due back Thursday. They're not going either. But anyway, on a lighter note, my brother and his high school sweetheart got married on Saturday. Me and Tyler went to that, all masked up and gelled and what have you. It was really, really nice. Really nice. He did have an after party at his house just for like a few, but I didn't go just because I haven't fought the last 6 months of COVID to undo it by going to a party. He understood, and so did his now wife. They just said, you know, when all this is over, we'll have a bit of a get together, a meal maybe. But he understands that for now it's got to be the way it is. I mean, he was only allowed, I think a handful of guests. I can't remember. I'm trying to think how many were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people, I think. And each household had their own set of chairs. So we were like right in the corner, me and Tyler. It was well distanced. We all had masks on and we all gelled our hands before we went in. And it was lovely. My brother cried like a Wally. And because he cried, Elaine cried. I never thought they were going to get through their vows. My brother laughed. He did try to shake it off. But it was lovely. The sun came out for it. It went in not long after, but you know, it was out long enough for us to enjoy it and take some photos. And yeah, they were well happy. And like, because my mom, obviously you guys know me by now, my mom passed away like 19 years ago. We gave her Elaine, she asked if it was okay. We said yeah, obviously. Like, we got the lady doing the wedding ceremony to just give my mum a mention. And she did, bless her. That was sweet. She'd have been there if she could, we know that. He was meant to have a few more guests, but like with all this going on, they scaled it down again. So it was a tough decision as to who went and who didn't. But my nephew, which is my brother's son from his ex-wife, he was live streaming it because Elaine's mom and Elaine's sister and all her nieces and nephews or whatever live in New Zealand. So like, they were up till really late that night just to watch them get married via live stream. I think it was Instagram live stream. We couldn't hear them, but they could hear everything obviously that was going on in the registry office and what have you. And that was lovely. Her mum's not well enough to have made a flight over, even if she could. Oops. Keegan, bless him, he was dead good. Live streamed everything. And Tyler's anxiety, wow. If I'd have thought about it, I wouldn't have taken him. Because he already suffers anxiety anyway, but with coronavirus being around, his anxiety's through the roof. It's mental. He cried on the way home from the wedding, not out of joy or anything, just like because there was so many people and like people getting a bit too close to each other, and it just, his anxiety just, yeah, tipped. And on the way home he did have a little cry. Bless him though. We got in the taxi on the way to go there because we're not, although my brother and my sister aren't being quite so strict about with coronavirus and everything, we are. So even though they offered us a lift there and a lift back, we said no. We decided we'll go in a taxi just because. And most of the taxi drivers have either got masks or they've got like a screen thing that they've put inside the car between the passengers in the back and him in the front. But when our taxi turned up, we had to get the one that didn't have anything, no mask, no screen. So Tyler, bless him, he decided earlier on he was going to wear 2 masks to the wedding, just because he didn't want to take any chances whatsoever. So when this taxi rolled up, he just looked at me, I looked at him, he got in the back, he put his second mask up over his eyes. Bless him, he didn't see the whole journey. I dread to think what the taxi driver thought when he saw him in his mirror, like. But if that's how Tyler's got to get through it, you know, he's got to do whatever it takes. I'm just hoping that, well, I'm not hoping that coronavirus kicks off, because I'm not. You know, I wish it'd hurry up and go, but I was kind of hoping that, if I just put that on the wrong one, no. You know, there'd be a reason for them to shut the school back down, and then I wouldn't feel so bad about not sending them to school. You see what I'm saying? It's not out of malice. I don't want them to catch it, obviously. I don't want coronavirus to just keep going and spreading and whatever. I mean, we've heard countless arguments in the shop about, well, between 2 people. One's saying they're sending their kids to school and the other one's going, are you flaming stupid? You know, you obviously want your kid to catch it and bring it home. And so I know I'm not alone in the fact that I don't want to send my kids to school. There are others who don't want to either. We're all facing fines, obviously. So what will be, will be. Yeah, it was funny to watch Tyler have 2 masks, one over his eyes and one over his mouth. His phone dinged and he showed it to me. He said, has someone messaged me? Really? Honestly. I know, it's funny. Now, quite a while ago when my brother and his girlfriend were planning on getting married, I mean, it's been planned for like 2 years, she did ask me if I would give her away. So proud when she asked me, so proud. And of course I said yes. I didn't mind, but we weren't quite sure, because of all coronavirus kicked off since then, how it was going to work, if they would still allow that, because we're from 2 separate households. And yeah, and that didn't help Tyler either. So like Elaine had a chat with them when we first got there, and they said, yeah, that's fine as long as it was still okay with me. So of course, you know, she doesn't need to speak to me on the way in, it's just a walk. So I was okay with that. All the guests had to wear a mask, but the bride and groom didn't have to. That was a bit confusing, but anyway, the gentleman who was guiding us in says you can hold hands or link arms. So I gave her my arm. She linked arms with me. As soon as I turned the corner, I could see every single camera in the room on me and Elaine. That was like, oh my gosh. Really?
The focus is on you.
Yep, just cut me out of it. Video it by all means, just cut me out. But it was good. I mean, we were there probably about an hour, because everyone has to gel their hands, be told the rules, sit down. Then Lee and Elaine had to go and have a chat with the lady who does the ceremony. That seemed to take forever. And then she came out, got me, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. So they are now married. It's only like 20 years too late, but you know, they should have just done this like 20 odd years ago, and it would have saved all the nonsense in between. But it's done now. I have told Elaine no matter what happens now, I don't want him back. She can keep him. She married him. I love my brother and all, but you know. Just need to get my sister married off now. You finished? You had enough? Oh no, Ellie's had enough already. So, what have you guys been up to? What plans have you got? My only plans are not to send my kids to school. Anything other than that is a bonus. Don't get me wrong, okay? I do worry in the sense that Tyler I'm not so worried about. He's been there before. He knows where everything is. He knows how it all works, where to be, where to go, and what have you. My concern is purely the fact that Ellie's never been there before. She's never had a taster day. And if she's not joining the rest of the school on their first day there or their first week or whatever, she's going to be stuck when she does eventually go. I mean, I know they're not just going to leave her high and dry, you know, when it comes to sending her back. But doesn't stop the worry on my part. When Tyler first started, I was worried just because, like everyone else in his year, knew where they were going and knew what the routines were and stuff. And I knew he'd be all right because Jake was with him, Kelly's son. So I knew he'd be all right. But it doesn't stop your stomach turning that first day. Ellie's nodding. So I want her to go, but I don't. Just because I don't want her to feel like the only one who hasn't got a clue when she goes back. But on the other hand, I don't want her to bring this stuff home. I don't even want to risk it. I found an X. But it'll just be one of these watch this space kind of thing. And as for Binks, he's still bald. It has been a few days, I think, since he had the treatment on his neck. The fair's coming back on top of his head, but not around his neck, and he's got like scabs where he's been absolutely rocking because it's drove him nuts. We've got another appointment to go back. They wanted to give it plenty of time, I think, to see if the treatment would work. Because you're not going to be able to see the fur grow back straight off, are you? So it's another 2 weeks. And as for Tyler's hamster, twice yesterday he found, well, he didn't find her, he heard her chewing on his carpet. And he realised she got at the ball twice yesterday. Tell you what, she's one smart hamster. Because them lids to the ball don't come off easy. Picked up 2. So, yeah. We've managed to stop her chewing the cage. Well, the pipes and stuff anyway. Just put a wheel in front of it. But she's so mischievous. So naughty. But she's so cute, you can't be mad at her. She is, she's gorgeous. Apart from when she yawns, she's not cute then. Because then I see the full extent of her fangs. And I'm still bearing the scar.
It's very nice.
It isn't. Because it still hurts weirdly. It's fully healed. But it's like if I use that finger to try and open a tin or something and I put pressure on it where the bite was, it still hurts. So put your diamonds away if you've had enough. Just saying. What are you doing? Nothing, nothing. Dropped it. Ellie wasn't keen on working on this one. I don't know why, but she chose it anyway. I said whatever you want to work on and she just picked it up anyway. I don't think she's really interested in doing this one, so I started it the other day and did all these blues that you can see. A bit of the black down here.
I did some of them.
That blue there you did, yeah. Only because the time was getting on and I had to think about getting tea started and I didn't want to put it away until that bit was finished. There's another X. So, and another X. I don't know. So it looks like I'll be doing this painting mostly by myself. Oops. The weather here this week has been a bit better as well. Last week was just downright rotten. This week it's not too warm, but it's not too cold either. Number 2. There you go. It's actually been quite nice. At least I've been catching up with the washing anyway. Ellie's been saving her pennies as well. She does jobs for me. She helps Tyler with his paper round on a Saturday, so like he gives her some money for it. And she's just saved up and bought herself a cross stitch, so and the next time she says to me, "You've got too many projects," I'm going to rub that in her face. Can't say it to me anymore. You're building yours up slowly.
You still need to buy fabric.
I know I do.
And then I'll have 4. You still have more than me.
But you're catching up.
Slowly.
Oh, this wax is driving me insane. I put this wax on fresh before I started the video and it's already being pig-headed. It doesn't want to pick up my diamonds. Bored. Go and start your stitching then. No, you don't have to wait for me, Ellie. Apparently she does. Was that your belly then?
No.
Sounded like it. Just found the dip in the table. I forget when I'm painting, there's a piece of glass right here, and there's a dip in the table, and I keep putting diamonds down and it's in the dip in the table. Pick it up. I'm trying. He won't let me. Oh, come on. I'm not changing you just for the sake of 10 minutes. Come on. I've gone really warm now. There's me saying it's not too bad. Oh! Where am I? There. Forgot where it was then. Oh. Stick. Where did I go? There. Come on. And there. There's a couple over there. I'll do them just because I've got them out. One there. Let's move over so you can see. I'm going to be framing Riley's Minions one that me and Ali finished, purely because he stuck it up on his wall, and even though I rollered it after I'd finished just to make sure all the drills were stuck, he lost a few. So I've replaced them and kept it down here. I'm going to frame it instead. Huh? What? Nothing. They all seem to stick to my tray. Uh-huh. Looking good already. He's actually really clear in the camera. Isn't it? He always looks so good on camera. Okay then, guys. I will let you guys go. I know it was short, but people are busy. I get that. Whoops, I didn't even stick that on properly.
Yeah, don't rip it this time. Don't rip it this time.
It's stuck to my arm. No, don't.
There. So good.
Just hope it goes on right, sort of. There you go. Right, okay, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I will catch you, as usual, on Friday for Floss Tube. Bye, guys.